The night we finalized the date for our wedding, Kai Holden looked at me with an unnerving calm. Anya, he said, his voice flat. I don't think I love you anymore. My hand, poised over a stack of creamy white invitations, froze. I let out a sharp, dismissive laugh. Seriously? Another truth or dare game with the guys? He didn't smile. Instead, he pulled up his phone and scrolled through a gallery of damning evidence, explicit texts with other women, intimate photos, dinner receipts from dates he swore were late studio sessions. The eyes that used to blaze with fierce, possessive heat now held a cold detachment, mixed with a sliver of pity. You and I are different, Anya. I can't keep lying to you. He paused, letting the words sink in like stones. If you still want to marry me, I will. I'll go through with it. But I won't be faithful. My pen dragged a long, scarlet streak across the delicate paper. My breath caught in my throat. After a long, stretching silence, I heard my own voice, strangely steady, reply. We'll get married. Of course, we will. Only after the wedding. Only after I completed the mission could I return to my original world. A flash of genuine bewilderment crossed Kai's eyes when he heard my answer. He leaned closer, his fingers gripping my chin, his tone mocking and soft. Anya, I know you're the quiet type, but I never expected this. Finding out everything I've done and you don't scream? You don't even throw a lamp? Are you even capable of a temper? His voice sounded distant, as if speaking through a tunnel. Then, he began to peel away the layers, revealing uglier truths. My proposal? That whole fireworks androne spectacular? That was her idea. She was standing in the crowd of well-wishers, watching us. When you were in the hospital with pneumonia and I told you I was on a business trip overseas, I was on a private jet to the Caribbean with her. And the time you called, crying because you missed me so much? Honestly, I just felt annoyed. My mind blanked, then a chaotic flood of images washed over me. First, the proposal. 1,000 fireworks exploded across the night sky. Drones formed a massive, shimmering portrait of us, instantly trending on every social media platform. I was drunk on the spectacle, blinded by the perceived happiness, and I hadn't noticed that flicker of fond affection in his eyes as he looked past me, toward the crowd. Then, the pneumonia. I had pushed myself to the brink planning the latest tour for his band, Free. Days without sleep. The relentless ache of a fever. In a moment of weakness, my head pounding, I grabbed my phone and dialed his number. My voice was a rough rasp, a strangled sound. Kai, I miss you. I could vaguely hear a rowdy noise on his end, like a packed club or a house party. His voice was laced with a tone of soothing persuasion. I'm stuck on a deal in Europe, baby. I'll send a private nurse. Just ditch the work for a bit, okay? Don't sacrifice yourself for this band. Worried about interrupting his work, I hung up quickly. Later, when the doctor told me I needed a family member present because my condition was serious, I never called him again. I grew up with a heightened sensitivity due to my messed up family life. I'd felt the shift in us for a while, a creeping suspicion, but I'd been too afraid to dig. I never imagined he'd just confess. Kai studied my face. There was a faint guilt, but mostly a great, relieved exhale. Anya, I hope you can understand this. I don't want to be tethered to one person for the rest of my life. Life is meant to be a spectrum of experiences. I'll give you one last chance. If you walk away, I'll give you the majority of my assets. If you stay, you have to learn to be a quiet, agreeable Mrs. Holden. I wanted to ask why, but the question choked in my throat. He'd already done the damage. What difference would the reason make now? I gave a numb nod. He ruffled my hair, the casual, condescending gesture of rewarding a compliant pet. That settles it. Then, no backsliding, no sudden breakdowns, no drama. The shrill ring of his